I will crack the Matrix. I will destroy tech monopolies. That's who I am. It's too fucking late. You're fucked with the wrong guy. And by the way, for the record, I would never kill myself. Let's fucking go. Fuck you.
What it do, man? You know what time it is? It is the episode number 160 of the Maki and Kane podcast. It's your host, Maki. I'm finna pass the mic over to the other host, Kane. He's gonna say what we gotta say, and then we're gonna get right into it.
You already know what time it is, man. We're back here to show some motherfucking game on the ground from under house. So just go to the pound and we're ready for the next round, man. And sometimes you just gotta not give a fuck. We're finna get right into this shit. So make sure you grab your snacks, your drinks, your whatever the fuck the case may be. We're finna jump into this bitch.
Okay, so as you may know, the DAZN greatest grudge match crossover, whatever they want to proclaim, is now over, and there are two results that I would like to talk about. But there's one that I didn't expect. I didn't even actually know what was going on, but it took place, and it was actually a pretty impressive fight. Salt Poppy versus that other nigga that looked like Myron, Slim. It was a really, really good fight. I think Slim did a great job at just keeping his game plan together, whereas Salt Poppy, he was very, very motivated amidst the fact that he lost so much weight to even be able to be competitive in there. And he did his thing, but I think that he got too overconfident. He was too arrogant, and he was just too happy about the situation, not focused. So, yeah, do you have any thoughts on that fight?
Yeah, I don't think he was in the quite in the right mindset. He looked like he was too sunshine and rainbows. Don't get me wrong, it's a good mindset to have, but when you go in the ring, when you're fighting somebody, you gotta have that killer instinct mindset, that killer be killed mindset, that I'm fucking predator shit. You gotta be thinking like that, man. You can't just be sitting around thinking everything's happy go lucky, sunshine, rainbows, hunky dory and shit, because then that's what happens. But you get caught off guard, and when you get cocky like that, then you really get caught off guard. So, you got to have that predator instinct and that predator awareness, too, when you go in the ring.
Yeah, so, the second fight that I want to talk about is Logan Paul versus Dilon Danis. I just want to say that both of their entrances weren't the best, but Logan's was pretty dope coming out to the 50s. Actually, whoa, let me rewind that. I really liked Logan Paul's entrance. I respected the fact that he came out with Jake. And it's just crazy because vice versa, you don't see Logan Paul supporting Jake the same way, but, maybe this is a turning point in their brotherhood. You never ever know, man. But it was very exciting to see that. And when they got out to the ring, man, there was just so much hostility. Security was in the ring before the fight even started. They didn't touch gloves. It was having the makings to be a great legendary fight, but it was the best definition and not that. Dilon Danis, you could just tell that he was trying not to get knocked out. He wasn't trying to win. And Logan was trying to knock him out, and he couldn't knock him out. So I think that they're both not boxers. I think that Logan Paul, if he wants to take it serious, he needs to take it serious. Otherwise, he needs to stay in fictional world WWE and go get the championship for Rey Mysterio. But Dilon Danis is a bitch. Keyboard warriors, let this be a lesson that if you can't back up the trash talk, you just look like a complete ass. Now, Logan Paul, the tale of time will tell whether or not his relationship works, but that doesn't fucking matter. It's not up to us. His side has nothing to do with us. Logan Paul knows he's with a 304, and if he loves that 304, well, let him love the 304. And if the 304 shows him a time that she's a 304, well, we can't be fucking surprised. But Dilon Danis, he's a bitch. He even laid on his back and put his legs up in the air at one point during the fight, like he was just ready for dick. At the end of the fight, he went for the double leg takedown, but I really think it was an excuse for him to get his nose close to Logan's crotch. He's a sore loser. He's a piece of shit. He doesn't actually box. He tried to do jiu-jitsu in the ring. And afterwards, whenever the security stormed, Jake Paul got in the ring, Gordon Ryan, the Brazilian jiu-jitsu expert, got in the ring. He didn't want any parts of that. He didn't do a post-fight interview, and he left with two black eyes. He looked exactly like that fucking cake that you see in the thumbnail. So he showed us that he's a pussy. He can say whatever he wants. Oh, you didn't knock me out. You didn't knock me out. You got your ass beat. Now, if I beat someone's ass for talking down on someone I care about, and they want to brag that they didn't get knocked out, but they have two fucking black eyes and a losing record, then they can cry all they want. They just sound like dumbasses. So he got his ass whooped, and I don't think that Logan should fight him in MMA. I think Dilon Danis deserves to, wallow in his own sorrow. Now he has to hopefully try not to get knocked out by this lawsuit because he's not going to win that either. And he's saying that he wants to go back to UFC. You think that after Dana White just saw you lose to one of the Paul brothers, which he doesn't like besides Logan because he's doing business with, he's going to allow you to join his company after you lost? Fuck no. So Dilon Danis got exposed. Logan Paul, he's not a boxer. Jake Paul showed that he supports his brother. What do you have to say about this whole scenario?
The fight itself was very disappointing. You know, I thought that they were going to really go ham with each other. Whether or not they both tried their absolute best, it is what it is. You know, Logan had also said that he wasn't going in with the mindset of trying to fucking kill him, trying to knock him out. He was just going in the mindset of winning and proving that Dilon couldn't win against him, which is understandable. But at the same time, it's just like, man, fuck. It sucks, but at the end of the day, you know, I'm not the one that's in the ring, so I can't sit here and say you should have done this, you should have done that. But I will say that I was very disappointed in the performance, and I'm very disappointed in the fact that Dilon Danis didn't back up any of what he said. It's crazy how he tried to fight him in jiu-jitsu in the fucking boxing ring, bro. It's insane. I didn't, you know, Connor told him, he said something about taking him down or some shit, and he would respect him for it. But, I mean, if you're in a boxing ring, bro, and you got to fucking take somebody down because you can't whoop their ass, you got no business being in that fucking boxing ring. And it goes to show you that he barely even trained at all for the fucking fight. You know, if he did, he didn't train very much. It's very shameful. You know, you sit here and you talk all that shit about doing what you're going to do, and then you don't even fucking do it. And it's like he felt Logan's first punch, and he's like, oh, shit. And then he just went from trying to whip Logan's ass to, oh man, I can't get knocked out, bro. Like, come on, bro. You can't make this shit up. It was very disappointing. It was a very anticlimactic ending. It sucked. It was what it was, you know. I think it was one of the worst boxing matches that I've seen as far as, you know, fit people go. And now obviously there are some boring fights, but when you got people who trash talk each other that much and then they do that fucking piss poor of a performance, it's just like, bro. It's very disappointing. Like I said, at the end of the day, I'm not the one in the ring. It is what it is.
Speaking of piss poor, what did you think about that cringy ass tag team match?
That shit was fucking stupid, bro. This shit was beyond dumb. It shouldn't have been a thing. Tag team boxing shouldn't even really be a thing, honestly. Like I could see if it was like I think tag team fighting would be better off in a cage, like UFC cage, than it would be in boxing. Because it's like boxing, bro. It's just like, nah, dude. It just doesn't fit well. It doesn't sit right. Me personally, I don't know about you, but that shit was just fucking stupid. It was pointless as well. That took up time that could have been used getting the next fighters ready. Like, come on, bro. There was no point in that shit at all.
Yeah, that shit was pure goofy. Last thing though. Fucking KSI versus Tommy Fury. Man, Tommy Fury won that fight. KSI, he came out with a very extravagant entrance. You know, it was very cool and shit like that. But all that shit he did up building up to the fight, it didn't execute in the ring. He had a goofy ass karate looking stance in a boxing ring. And he was so scared to fight Tommy Fury head up that he kept fucking throwing like one punch and then immediately going into a clinch. You could tell that the commentators were biased and that they were on KSI's payroll because they were dick riding the whole time. When after the fight, every real boxing expert was roasting the fuck out of KSI and saying how he was literally just initiating the clinch whole time because he didn't have nothing. And he was running around doing fucking jumping jacks and crying to the ref the whole time. And even the ref was against Tommy Fury. Tommy Fury beat I wouldn't say the crowd because the crowd was going for him. Tommy Fury beat fucking the ref, the judges. Well, not the judges. He beat the ref, one of the judges, the commentators, and KSI. KSI is not a boxer. He's a piss poor boxer. He's a sore loser. When Jake Paul lost to Tommy Fury, he was upset, but he didn't make excuses and say it's not true. He just said he wants to run it back. Fucking KSI is like, man, I'm going to do an appeal. I'm so sad. I fucking hate losing and kicking the walls and shit. And mind you, Jake Paul's not even 30 yet. KSI is a 30-year-old man crying and whining and groaning and moaning about losing because now he knows his dream of being better than Jake Paul has just ended. And now the only thing that he has left is to fight Jake Paul. And let me just tell you, boy, if he gets in the ring with Jake Paul like that, he's going to sleep. Tommy Fury would have picked KSI to sleep if he wasn't being such a bitch. He was trying to wrestle. One of the craziest things that I heard from Michael Bisping, UFC middleweight legend, he said that, dude, there was a UFC event going on that nobody fucking cared about, but there was 2 UFC fighters that did more striking than the boxers did, and the 2 boxers did more grappling than the UFC fighters did. You can't make this shit up. What do you have to say about that whole fight? What do you think is next for KSI? And then Tommy Fury said he's done with these motherfuckers. He'll fight one of the Pauls, but as far as influencer boxing, it's on his terms now. And then also John Fury said he wants to fight Mike Tyson on the undercard of the Tyson Fury fight because he thinks that he's a traitor for training Francis Ngannou. So what do you have to think about this whole Fury KSI debacle?
KSI needs to never step in the boxing ring again after that fucking performance that he put on. It wasn't even a performance, bro. It was a shit show. He needs to never, ever, ever step foot in a boxing gym again after that shit, bro. Because there's no way in hell you think that what you did with boxing. There's no way in hell you go out there with what you did and expect the fucking judges to be wild, bro. Like I'm mind blown at the fact that he was crying when all he did was clinch, bro. He probably got like 3 good hits on Tommy, bro. And after that, the rest was just clinching. It's just like, dude, like let me tell you, bro, I was so fucking close to just turning the damn fight off because it was pissing me off watching that shit. You know, you sit here and it's just like with the other fight we talked about. You sit here and you talk all this shit. What you gonna do? What's not gonna happen? What you gonna do? And then you don't even fucking back this shit up. Like you over here saying, "Yeah, man, tonight's gonna be the night that Tommy Fury hates for the rest of his life," and you don't even get fucking 5 good punches in on him, bro. You got like 2 or 3 at the most. And it was like, I think he threw like fucking, like 23 punches compared to Tommy, who threw like I want to say it was like somewhere around 100 or more than 100. I can't remember off the top of my head. But you could just see, bro, KSI was shitting himself. He was scared. He knew he was going to get his ass knocked out. Like, what the fuck did you expect? And then you go off screaming and crying like a fucking child. Man, I hate losing, man. You start kicking the wall and shit. Like, that's insane, bro. That's fucking insane. You can't make this shit up. Like, you never do us all a favor and do the sport of boxing a favor and all the boxing legends that were before you a favor and never step foot in a fucking boxing gym again, bro. Don't ever do it. You embarrass yourself and you also made a fool of the fucking boxing, the sport of boxing. And that's just how it is, bro. You never do that again. Never again. As for John Fury trying to fight Mike Tyson, that shit crazy, bro. If that ever did happen, that would be insane. And I honestly don't know who would win. I don't know who would win. I can't say Mike would win. I can't say John would win. I know that Mike Tyson was a fucking animal. I know that he probably still is an animal. I don't know about John Fury though. I mean, I've seen him fucking kicking tables and shit like it's nothing. I've seen him fucking damn near tearing down fucking walls and shit. But I don't know, man. I would have to see him more of his boxing style to see if I think he would win or not.
What do you think is next for Tommy Fury? Do you think he goes for that Jake Paul rematch next, or do you think he goes to fight Conor McGregor?
That's a good fucking question. I don't know. I kind of think that he wants to be over the whole fucking Jake Paul shit, influencer boxing shit. I think he probably just wants to move on. That's just me personally, though. Because if I was hung up on the same fucking people trying to fight me, I'd just be like, bro, just get the fuck on somewhere, bro. I beat you. I beat you. Like, at this point, you just like a bunch of salty ass kids who can't stand the fact that they lost. That's probably what it looks like to him. And so I think that he probably just wants to move on. But I think if he really wanted to, he would get back in the ring with Jake Paul. And he might knock Jake Paul out again. Not knock him out, but he might win again. Or Jake Paul might come back even stronger than he was before. And he might beat Tommy Fury. And if he beats Tommy Fury, then the Fury family is probably going to disown him. Like they always say, if you lose this fight, you're no longer part of the family. You know, so I don't know. What do you think? Where would he go?
I think he's going to either fight Conor McGregor next, Jake Paul rematch, or actually go fight a boxer. But what do you think about the biased commentators during the whole fight? And then also, people were saying that KSI put up a better fight against Tommy Fury than Jake Paul. It's like people forget that Jake Paul fucking knocked Tommy Fury on his ass during that fight. And Tommy Fury literally, bro, like, what do you think about people saying KSI put up a better fight? And what do you think about those judges? They were dick riding the whole fight.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I wasn't even paying attention to the fucking commentators. I was so fucking pissed about the fact that he wasn't putting up a fight. Like, I couldn't focus on what they were saying. If I were to go back and listen to it, though, it would sound like have the phone conversations be sounding like Tom and Jerry, just all that bullshit. But people saying that KSI put up a better fight than Jake Paul did this cat, they're just dick riders. They're mad because he lost. They're mad because he lost in his fucking home country. So yeah, man, that's all it is, just dick riding shit. They can't stand the fact that he lost. Again, like, he always be losing when he steps into a fucking boxing ring with somebody who's greater than he is. And that's just how it is. And not only did Jake Paul knock Tommy Fury on his ass, but you got to remember he knocked Anderson Silva on his ass too. Now, obviously he's older, but he has a lot more fighting experience than Tommy Fury and Jake Paul. And he knocked him on his ass too.
Yep. Well, that concludes the show for today. We're getting ready to wrap it up. Guys, make sure you all go tune into the emergency meeting that came out. I'm definitely going to go check it, and we're going to review that tomorrow. But we're going into a new week. You know, there's new levels that we can all tap into. Whatever you did last week, well, guess what? It doesn't fucking matter. It's a new week. How are you going to do a little bit more than you fucking did even as soon as yesterday? So with that being said, renewance, repentance, and perseverance. Any last words, Kane, before we get the fuck up out of here?
Make sure y'all share with your friends, your families, members, your aunties, your grannies, and everybody else y'all know, man. And we're finna get the fuck up on out of here.
My head, I'm sad knowing that I could have the best life on earth, and the only thing I have to do is be a coward to live it. But I don't want to fucking wake up every day looking over my shoulder worried about being killed. And the alternative to it is to wake up every day and feel like a fucking pussy because I don't tell the truth. I'm left with two shit choices. Why? For following God? For telling people to be a good person? It's disgusting what's happening to me. I'm sad not for me. I'm sad for everybody around me. It's disgusting. I don't know.
They'll have to kill me first. They're going to shoot you. I'll stand in the way. We'll go down together.
All I am is a man. I want the world in my hands. I hate the beach, but I stand in California with my toes in the sand. Use the sleeves of my sweater. Let's have an adventure. Head in the clouds, but my gravity centered. Touch my neck, and I'll touch yours. You and those little high-waisted shorts. Oh.
Peace.
Get the fuck out.